the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we're here in North Carolina. It is the famous Charlotte Motor Speedway, and this is the Racing for a Cause Spring Truck Series as we get ready to bring you a 12-race season. These Racing for a Cause guys have been out turning some practice laps, and they are ready to put on a heck of a show for you tonight. I am your host for tonight's festivities. My name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight as we kick off the 2020 season for the trucks here with Racing for a Cause. These drivers every Tuesday night for the next few weeks. 12 races with, I believe we have 1 or 2 off weeks. They will be entertaining your eye holes and your ear holes all night long. So sit on down, grab a beverage of choice, and get ready for some outstanding action here tonight at Charlotte. Coming up, we'll be qualifying, 5-minute qualifying session here, getting ready to switch over. Right now on top of the speed chart is the 98 of Chris Stump. He has turned the fastest lap time in this practice session. The 88 of Dale Osmond sitting in 3rd on the speed chart. We'll see how that translates into qualifying. The fall champion, Troy Radford, in the 94 machine here tonight to defend his crown, defend his title. Looking for a solid run to start this 2020 Spring Championship run. Gonna try to go back to back in that 94 machine here tonight. Steve Baker in the 55 machine out there as well. Familiar SRTV network on that machine. Several returning drivers for this series, but a lot of new faces as well. We'll try and bring you all the drivers here tonight and see what kind of trouble they can get into qualifying session, getting ready to kick off as this practice session draws to a close. First car starting to roll out. That is Calvin Allison in the 21 machine. Calvin getting his truck up to speed. He is the first one out on track in this 5-minute qualifying session. Looks like we're gonna have 30 trucks here tonight to try and qualify. Try and bring you all the drivers that we can in this qualifying session. 46 of Chris Mefford. Familiar face rolling out on track. Down to that blue line, gotta hug that inside lane here at Charlotte for qualifying. These trucks in this qualifying session will be all but flat out the entire way around. All about keeping that momentum up, keep that car up to speed. As qualifying times start to roll in, 17 machine of Tommy Haynes. Right now he is sitting in third. Tommy's sporting the American Diabetes Association on his white and red machine. Allison going to the top of the leaderboard. The 19 of Stephen Page. Right now he is in third place. The 18 machine of A.J. Hamill. Crossing the start finish line, Hamill gonna go from 18th up to 9th. So a good run for the 18 machine. The 99 of Justin Rigsby currently sitting in 6th place. So a good lap by the 99 machine. Chris Stump in the 98 set the fast lap in practice. We'll see if that translates over here to a pole position in this qualifying session. Stump gonna cross the line right now. He's in 15th, and his new lap time is gonna be good enough for 4th place, as our pole sitter is the 56 of John Wimbish. Ryan Nolan in the 87, rolling out as well. Nolan gonna cross the line, good enough for 9th place. With all that being said, guys, not too many other cars are out on track. The 46 of Chris Befford getting in a few extra practice laps. Chad Meadows in the 3, slowly working his way around. Maybe going for the slowest lap possible. So guys, we're gonna step away, play our national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight at Charlotte for the Racing for a Cause 100 laps. The scheduled distance, already got a few people checking in on YouTube chat. As always, got to say hello to Miss Linda. Thank you so much for stopping by, Miss Linda. And special guest out here in YouTube chat tonight, none other than Rick Hammond himself, the illustrious Rick Hammond, saying hello as well. How you doing, Rick? Miss Linda, thank you guys for coming by. Let's go ahead and get through our starting lineup for tonight's event. Row number 1, the 56 of John Wimbish, laying down a fast time of 29.616. Going to be starting on the outside of row number 1. That is the 21 of Calvin Allison. Row 2, the 6 of Eric Blount, and the 98 of Chris Stump. Row 3 will be the 9 machine of Dustin Ping, and the 46 of Chris Mefford. Row 4, the 19 of Stephen Page, and the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Row 5, the 87 of Ryan Nolan, and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Row 6, the 17 of Tommy Haynes, and the 18 of A.J. Hamill. Row 7, the 20 machine of Justin McDuff, and the 16 of Damon Cox. Row 8 will be the 88 of Dale Osbin, and the 04 of Mark Fravert. Row 9, the 23 of Bobby Summers, and the 7 of Jason Keklak. Row 10 is the 8 of Doug Johnson, and the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Row 11, the 3 machine of Chad Meadows, and the 48 of Josh Spalding. Row 12 will be the 11 of Christopher Spencer, and the 55 of Steve Baker. Row 13, the 94 of Troy Radford, and the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. Row 14, Dustin German, and the 28 machine, and the 36 of Michael Fravert. Ray Radford in the 47 and the 15 of Rick Greenaway gonna make up row number 16 here tonight. Pace car down and away as we get ready to go green flag racing here at Charlotte. The RFC Truck Series 2020 spring session is green. We are underway. Down they go, heading for turn number 1. 29 trucks taking the green flag already. We got one up in smoke, but I believe that was a little bit of internet connection issue. Everyone gets it sorted out. Down the backstretch, 29 trucks all finding somewhere to run. Full field here tonight, and the 56 of John Wimbish trying to run away from this field. He has got a lot of hungry drivers behind him, and he is going to lead the first lap here at Charlotte. Wimbish with a good run down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, Eric Blount in the 6, making some noise early, starting to try and find a way to get his 6 machine to the front as we go on board with the 6 of Blount. Bit of a run down the backstretch, not enough to catch all the way up. Meanwhile, the 46 of Chris Mefford down to the inside of the 9 of Dustin Ping. And the yellow flag coming out early here. We got a few cars in trouble. That is the 11 of Spencer and the 3 of Chad Meadows. So caution flag coming out here on lap number 5. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened. Black and yellow 11 machine of Christopher Spencer and the 3 of Chad Meadows just get together down the backstretch. A little bit of miscommunication about that corner entry. We'll take another look at this on board with Meadows. And so the field slowly pulls in behind the pace car. Several drivers hitting the pit road. In fact, almost all of the field going to come down pit road, led by the 56 of Wimbish. So our pole sitter into his pit stall. 2-tire stop, maybe 4-tire stop. We'll see. Tires are going to be important here. 4 tires for most of these guys. Ryan Nolan in the 87, he's going to go on a 2-tire stop and win the race off of pit road. Well, one car that has stayed out, that is the 46 of Chris Medford. He is going to take over the race lead by not coming down pit road. So too, the 99 of Justin Rigsby electing to stay out, along with Jason Keklak, Jeff Stiles, and Michael Fravert. Those 5 drivers not coming down pit road. Looking out the back of our new race leader, that is Chris Medford in the 46. The lights on the pace car. Expect a quick yellow here, as we do not have any cars a lap down just yet, and the lights do go out on the pace car. Field foreman up behind the pace car. We're going to try this again. One car still on pit road. That is the 3 of Chad Meadows. Spencer has been on and off pit road and has rejoined the back of this field. So the 2 cars receiving damage under this caution. One of them making it back out. We'll see if Meadows can get that machine rolling and get back out there very early in this race. But Chad Meadows is going to have to dig himself out of a hole. He is 1 lap down already, looking at maybe 2 laps down if he can't get rolling soon here. As the field works its way off of turn number 4, pace car down and away. And Medford picks up the throttle, and the green flag comes out once again. And we are back underway here at Charlotte. Chad Meadows does get rolling. As you can see him there, he's going to have to blend up in front of this traffic at the blue cone. Going to have to do that smart, as he is going to be well under pace. But the 46 jumping out very quickly here. Justin Rigsby in the 99 right behind him. The Rigsby in second place in that 99 machine, trying to track down the 46 of Chris Medford. Meanwhile, Keklak in the 7, holding off the 85 of Stiles, but here comes the 56 of Wimbish. 4 fresh tires on that 56 machine. He's going to send it off into turn number 1. Down on the inside of Stiles. That 85 machine up on the outside lane may not present much of a challenge because of those 4 tires, but Wimbish had the car to beat in those opening laps, had started to open up a gap. Then the caution flag flew. 4 tire stop for him, and he is on his way back to the front. Here comes the 87 of Ryan Nolan. Nolan on a 2 tire stop. So Nolan going to make his way into 5th place. Stiles falling to 6th. That is the 21 of Allison now trying to take a peek to the inside of the 85. And the 6 of Eric Blount, not sure where to go there. He's going to elect to go to the high side. He's going to go way up high. Blount having to get out of the throttle and catch that truck. Keeps it off the wall. Settling in behind the 17 of Tommy Haynes. AJ Hamill right behind him in that 18 machine. we go on board with the 18 of Hamill. Using our gyro cam here, you can see the banking of the track as it sets itself as the camera rotates in comparison to how banked turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are. Meanwhile, the 98 of Chris Stump down to the inside of the 9 of Dustin Ping. He's going to complete the pass, slide up in front of the 9 off of turn number 2. And that is going to allow Dale Osmond in the 88 with a run on the 9. Osmond taking a peek to the inside. And the yellow flag going to come out as the 55 of Steve Baker and the 45 of Doug Wysocki are going to find trouble here at Charlotte. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened between these two. Baker and Wysocki just getting together down the backstretch. Looked like possibly netcode being involved in that one. Both are going to get into that inside wall, and Baker in that 55 machine gets rolling very quickly. Doug Wysocki, heavy damage on the back end of that machine. The yellow flag coming out this time. Chris Mefford gonna head down pit road. So too does everyone else. So the gamble of staying out pays off for the 46. Now he has got to have a good pit stop here. We'll see who is going to win the race off of pit road. 4 tire stop for all these guys. Justin Rigsby in the 99 rolling quickly. In fact, Rigsby on a 2 tire stop. So too is the 21 of Calvin Allison. Chris Stump, another driver, taking 2 tires. John Wimbish again with a 4 tire stop. So too does Chris Mefford on taking 4 tires. Working lap 15 of 100. And the 99 of Rigsby, maybe with a speeding penalty, he is dropping to the tail end of this field. The 36 of Michael Fravert, trapped between our new race leader Calvin Allison and the pace car. We'll see if that 36 comes down pit road or takes the wave around to try and stay on the lead lap. That 36 looking like he is going to stay out. So 2 cautions coming out early here. 29 cars taking the green flag. All 29 cars still out there running. We do have 2 cars, 1 lap down. That is Chad Meadows and Michael Fravert. Michael trying to stay just 1 lap down here. Open for the wave around on the pace car. Chris Stump in the 98 has moved into 2nd place by virtue of a 2 tire stop. Calvin Allison taking over in the race lead with a 2 tire stop. Everyone else taking 4 tires except for Justin Rigsby, who won the race off of pit road. But Rigsby going to have to serve a penalty and restart at the tail end of the longest line. That 99 machine losing a lot of positions because of that. The 55 of Steve Baker trying to hammer out the damage that he's received under this caution, along with the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Doug has rolled out on the track to rejoin this field. And now the lights go out on the pace car. We're going to form up once again. Take another shot at a restart. Coming up next week, February 4th, we will be at Las Vegas. That will be broadcast right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you set your calendars for that race number 2. Another mile and a half. Very tight track. Well, not tight, but awesome track. Very fun track to go out and rip some laps off. Similar style to Charlotte. Pace car down and away. Calvin Allison gets on the throttle and we get the green flag once again. And we are back underway here, working lap 18 of 100. Allison with a good jump that time at 21 machine, easily clearing the 46 of Mefford. Chris Stump losing a few spots on this restart. He is going to have to pick up the pace there as he is falling up back quickly. Wimbish to his inside in that 56. Couple cars blinking back there, causing some issues for the cars around them. We got another one going around, one up and over. That is the 6 of Eric Blount. Everyone piling in with nowhere to go. And the 6 machine of Eric Blount not able to get his tires on the ground. Contact pinball machine, the 20, with a room running out. That was Justin McDuff. Take another look at that one. Justin McDuff being bounced around there. And then the 6 of Eric Blount going up and over. So caution flag coming out very quickly once again. With that being said, guys, we're going to step away for a quick little break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Racing for Cause Truck Series season opener here at Charlotte. Drivers being slowed by the Ford Mustang once again. We decided that the Ford needed to feel included, did not want to hurt its feelings, and so we're allowing that Ford Mustang to lead a few laps out here tonight. Lights are on the pace car. New leader Chris Mefford in the 46. Electing to stay out along with the 87 of Ryan Nolan, John Wimbish, and Jeff Stiles. All four of those drivers staying out under this caution. First one out, 4 fresh tires for the 21 of Calvin Allison. We'll see how that plays into his favor. He can take advantage of those 4 fresh tires. So far, we really haven't seen anyone be able to make quick moves with those 4 fresh tires. Track position being everything right now. Field all nicely formed up behind the pace car. We get ready to go green flag racing. Let's go on aboard with the 56 of John Wimbish for this restart from the inside of row number 2. Green flag back out, and away we go. And just like that, the caution is going to come out. Chris Stump in the 98 pointed in the wrong direction. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Didn't quite get it far enough backwards. Let's try this once again. From high atop our blimp, the 98. Not able to get up to speed in a way he would have liked. Spun the tires. Troy Radford nowhere to go. Troy Radford gonna go for a spin. Take one more look at this one. So 2 trucks getting torn up on this restart. The 98 is Stump spinning his tires, collecting everyone else. Nobody coming down pit road just yet. Do have a few cars making the break for it. That is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Well, I'm sorry, I take that back. The 28 of Dustin German. He is going to be one of the first ones on the pit road, along with the 7 of Jason Keklak. Caution heavy start to the race here tonight. 4 cautions. And we are working on lap 25. We have had 3 lead changes among 3 different drivers. Chris Mefford has led the most laps so far at 15. So a bit of a rough start here to the 2020 Spring Series. During these 4 cautions, we have had several drivers pull behind the wall, damage starting to mount up on these Racing 4Cause trucks. As the field gets sorted out, we'll bring you all the drivers who have pulled behind the wall, but due to all the damage, the amount is extensive here tonight. As I mentioned, we started 29 trucks here tonight. And already looking like we're down to 18. We're only on lap 26 of 100. Chris Medford, your race leader. Ryan Nolan sitting in a second. John Wimbish in the 56 machine. Third right now, the 85 of Jeff Stiles sitting in fourth. Rounding out your top 5 is the 21 of Calvin Allison. "17 cars being shown on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap for the moment, that is the 94 of Troy Radford. Troy spending an extended amount of time on pit road trying to hammer out the damage he received on the back bumper of that machine. So Troy gonna rejoin the field. Chris Stump in the 98 also still out there. Both those drivers gonna start at the tail end of this field. The 8 machine of Doug Johnson rolling back out on track. He is 6 laps down. You see that machine has some damage on it. He is starting to get that thing rolling once again. Very early still, a lot of laps left. That 8 machine has as good a chance as anyone to get back up through the field. He has several positions that he can gain due to all the cars that have dropped out, or I should say all the trucks that have dropped out. But the lights have gone out on the pace car, and we get ready to go green flag racing once again. So the Ford butt stain getting ready to peel off for pit road. Chris Medford electing the inside line for this restart. Ryan Nolan on his outside. Row number 2 will be John Wimbish in the 56 and Jeff Stiles in the 85 machine. Row number 3, Calvin Allison and the 19 of Stephen Page. Pace car down and away. Chris Medford waiting for the right time to pick up the throttle. And away we go. Green flag in the air once again. And Chris Medford easily clearing the 87 of Ryan Nolan. Wimbish to the inside of Styles. Styles gonna try and tuck in behind him. They get single file, the top four very quickly. Getting into that single file as they work their way down the backstretch. Looking out the back of the 85 machine at the 21 of Calvin Allison. Wimbish arcing it into the corner there. A little bit of a higher entry, trying to get a run down the backstretch on the 87 and Nolan. Not able to get there by the time they hit the corner. He's going to follow in the tire tracks of the 87. Nolan sitting in second place. Medford peeling away here. Chris Medford has led for 21 laps now. '47 machine of Ray Radford got himself a nice little spot to try and log some laps here. Finds himself in a 13th spot. Started in a 29th position and has worked his way forward quite handedly, passing half this field. So Ray Radford on the move up to 13th place. The 88 of Dale Osmond to the inside of the 9 of Dustin Ping. Mark Fravert as well trying to take a peek to the inside. They're going to make contact off of turn number 4. That is going to break the momentum up of Dustin Ping. He's going to lose a few more spots before this is all said and done. The 28 of Dustin German to his inside. German not able to complete the pass. That door closes quickly as Ping trying to follow in the tire tracks of Chris Stump. And now German makes the pass on Ping and trying to get a little bit more as Chris Stump in the 98 on the high side here. Dustin Ping following Dustin German in the 28. Side by side with the 04 of Mark Fravert right in front of them. Fravert gonna hold up the progress of the 98 of Stump. And German again to the inside, and he is gonna make his way into 8th place. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Calvin Allison has made his way into 2nd place. Ryan Nolan getting into the wall there at corner entry. Ooh, is Ryan Nolan hard impact. He is going to go for a spin, and the caution flag is going to come out. And Ryan Nolan finding trouble down the backstretch. This started, I believe, going into turn 1. You see, gets into the wall there, trying to arc it off into the corner, getting all sorts of out of shape. Then Styles and Nolan make contact down the backstretch. Nolan gonna slide on his side, landing on all 4 tires, and then ending up taking the haul back to pit road. So we go back under yellow. I do expect we'll see everyone coming down pit road. Medford leading the charge onto pit lane. Chris Mefford into his stall cleanly. One driver staying out. That is the 7 of Jason Keklak. And the 88 of Dale Osmond. Bold move, 2-tire stop. He's going to win the race off of pit road. Chris Mefford with a 4-tire stop. Going to lead all the other drivers off of pit road. Dustin Ping, a 2-tire stop for him. He's going to follow in the tire tracks of the 46. As we have a chance to take a break, guys, we're going to step away for a moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network. I am your host for tonight's festivities. My name is KR Stolfus, and this is the Racing for a Cause Truck Series season opener at Charlotte. Lights have gone out on the pace car field, forming up down the backstretch. We ride on board with the 16 machine of Damon Cox. Damon going to be starting in a 9th place here. Going to take us on board for this restart. Field working its way through 3 and 4. Pace car getting ready to duck onto pit road. Jason Keklak in the 7 machine has the race lead. Stayed out under this caution, taking over the top spot. Getting him a few laps led. Pace car down and away. And a wait for the green flag into the restart zone. Green flag is out. And we are back underway as the light bulbs flash here at Charlotte. With the sun setting on the track, the temperature of it is going to cool down. Already a cool track temp, and Keklak getting passed on the high side by Chris Mefford. Mefford wasting no time taking over that top spot. So too does Calvin Allison, and we got more trouble down the backstretch. The 7 machine of Keklak pointed in the wrong direction. Chad Meadows in the 3 going around. And trouble here early once again for the Truck Series. Allison going around the outside. Keklak in the 7, 3 wide. The 56 of Wimbish getting into the rear bumper of the 7 machine. Chad Meadows locking it up, trying to avoid contact with the 7. And it looked like the 56 got loose on the transition from the very flat part of the apron to the backstretch banking and got into the 7 machine. And that is going to bring out the caution again. And the 56 on Wimbish going to pull down pit road to work on the nose of that machine. The 16 of Damon Cox also receiving some damage in the process. So Chris Medford back to the front, having led 29 laps here tonight. 59 laps to go in this race here at Charlotte. Working our 6th caution for 19 laps so far. 5 lead changes among 4 different drivers. Just a handful of drivers on pit road. Most of these guys on pit road are repairing damage that they have received here in this most recent scrum. One of those drivers getting worked on is the 47 of Ray Radford. Had a good run going in that 47 machine, but now having to fix the damage to the nose. Ray gonna go 1 lap down here. Few more drivers going behind the wall. Bring it up to speed on the drivers who are behind the wall. Right now in 17th place with an early exit is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Ryan Nolan in 18th place behind the wall. Doug Johnson in 19th. 20th, the 23 of Bobby Sommers. Tommy Haynes in 21st. Michael Fravert in 22nd spot. He is on pit road being serviced by his crew. That 36 machine has been sitting on pit road for the last 25 minutes. He is 22 laps down. Justin Rigsby in 23rd behind the wall, early exit for him. Doug Wysocki in the 45 machine has gone behind the wall, as well as in 25th, A.J. Hamill. Josh Spalding behind the wall, he will be scored in 26th. Steve Baker in the 55 machine, he is sitting on pit road. We'll see if he can get back out there, but at the moment he is scored in 27th. Eric Blount in 28th, and the first car out of the race, the 20 of Justin McDuff, going to be scored in 29th spot. Lights go out on the pace car. Field forming up once again. This time when we take the green flag, we will have 14 cars on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down is the 47 of Ray Radford. He will have a bit of competition to receive the free pass. The 51 of Dylan Blankenship also scored 1 lap down. So as the field gets lined up, we get ready to go green flag racing, nearing the halfway mark here. Pace car peeling off for pit road. Chris Mefford in the 46 gets going and has another spectacular restart. He is going to clear the 21 of Calvin Allison easily. Allison now having to fend off the 28 and the 9. That is Dustin German and Dustin Ping. And Allison holds on to second spot. Dustin German on the high side there with a good run on to the backstretch. He's going to make the pass on Dustin Ping. Now Ping under pressure from the 19 of Stephen Page. And Mark Fravert in the 04 has gone around in turn 1. Let's see what happened to Mark Fravert. That 04 down the backstretch. Gets into the wall. Hard into the wall again. Bounces down in front of the 16 of Cox. Cox with nowhere to go is going to get into him. Let's take another look at this one. On aboard with Damon Cox. He tried to miss Fravert, just couldn't get it done. And the 16 gonna pull straight onto pit road. And again, the yellow flag gonna come out. With that said, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. I need another beverage to lubricate these throat muscles. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Lights have gone out on the Ford Buttstain. Probably because there has been an electrical failure. You never can trust a Ford. Found on road dead. Some people say it's first on race day. Well, I don't know about that, but we'll see. Right now, Chris Mefford in a Chevy Silverado. Your race leader has been for 36 laps. Dustin Ping in the 9 machine, gonna restart on the outside of row number 1. Row 2 will be the 85 of Jeff Styles and the 56 of John Wimbish. Pace car down and away. Chris Mefford gonna pick up the throttle, and the green flag gonna fly once again. And Chris Mefford with an excellent start. Gonna head off into turn 1 unchallenged. Meanwhile, Styles in the 85 machine. He's gonna try and work his way around the 9 of Dustin Ping. John Wimbish in the 56 came down pit road. He has 4 fresh tires. Wimbish gonna move into 3rd. And Dustin Ping slow through 3 and 4. He has lost a lot of speed there when he got into the wall down the backstretch, but Chris Mefford trying to run away with this one. We go on aboard with the 56, looking out the back at the rest of the field. Wimbish getting passed by Calvin Allison. Allison having 4 fresh tires as well. Styles in the 85 machine hanging tough on that inside lane, but Allison gonna roll that high side and he's gonna move into 2nd place. So Calvin Allison to 2nd, Jeff Styles into 3rd. The 19 machine of Stephen Page right now in 4th. And rounding out your top 5 is the 56 of John Wimbish. Chris Stump in the 98 machine has made it up to 6th place after spinning his tires and bringing out a caution on a restart. Trying to recover lost positions there. Michael Fravert and Steve Baker have rejoined the race. Baker is 28 laps down right now in 20th spot. Michael Fravert in the 36 machine scored in 22nd. Meanwhile, Page putting the screws to the 85. Taking a peek down to the inside here, nothing for him as he heads into turn 3, following in the tire tracks of the 85 machine. Stump trying to pass on the high side. Wimbish dropping back a little bit here. You can see some damage on the front end of that 56. Got some damage on the rear end of the 98. So Stump and Wimbish going at it here for 5th place. For the moment, Stump has it, and he is going to complete the pass in 3 and 4. Wimbish falling to 6th place. Now Wimbish going to come under attack by the 28 of Dustin German. We go on aboard with the 28 machine. Do want to point out that Steve Baker and Michael Fravert, even though they are 28 and 32 laps down respectively, they have a shot of making it all the way up to 14th, maybe 15th. As German pulls to the inside, he's going to make the pass on Wimbish down into 1 and 2. So Steve Baker and Fravert have an opportunity to gain at least 5 more spots. And should another truck drop out of the race, they still have time to make the pass on that truck as well. So a good example of never giving up. Meanwhile, Calvin Allison has closed in on the 46 of Mefford. Allison now just 0.2 seconds behind Mefford. Allison able to turn faster lap times. He is on 10 lap fresher tires. They make their way into 1 and 2. Catching is one thing, passing is gonna be another. Allison gonna take a peek to the outside. Mefford not closing the door on him, gonna leave him room, and Allison stays to the high side through 3 and 4. Mefford's got to get a good run here on corner exit. And Allison hanging tough in that high lane. It's going to take another lap for the 21 to take over that race lead, but he is working that high side, keeping that momentum up, and he is gained now to the door-to-door racing for the race lead. Allison's going to scrape the wall a little bit there. Doesn't appear to slow him down, as now the 21 machine has the nose out in front of the 46. Off turn number 4 and at the start finish line, Allison gonna lead that lap. Ray Radford in the 47. Gonna play into the factor here. Allison picking that outside lane, gonna work to his advantage, and now Calvin solidly in the race lead. Chris Mefford in the 46, falling to second place. 40 laps to go here at Charlotte for the season opener. Twelve cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 7 machine of Jason Keklak. That truck has seen better days for sure. A little torn up on the front end, but he is continuing to soldier on, sitting in 12th place. Not really able to get that truck up to full speed. Down on horsepower, down on aerodynamics. As you can see, the front end of that thing just heavily torn up. Just in front of him is the 11 of Spencer. Spencer sitting in 11th place. He also has some damage on the front end of that thing. Another wounded truck rolling around out there, but these two drivers are on the lead lap still. And Troy Radford rounding out your top 10. We saw Troy Radford take heavy damage with the contact between him and Chris Stump on one of our restarts here tonight. And that 94 just has not been the same since. Meanwhile, a highly contested battle for 4th place. Stephen Page, oh, that is Jeffrey Stiles, I'm sorry. Stiles in the 85 getting into the wall. Chris Stump way up high. Dustin German in the 28, gonna move into 4th place. Stephen Page sitting in third, Chris Medford second, Calvin Allison, your race leader. So Dustin German moving into fourth place, setting his sights now on the 19 of Stephen Page. Dustin German has had a good run here tonight, started 27th, currently up into fourth place. He has worked his way forward all night long, found a way to keep that truck mostly clean throughout all the carnage that has been here at Charlotte. Chris Medford pulling onto pit road. Green flag pit stop for the 46 machine. That is going to leave the 21 of Calvin Allison with a 3-second lead over second place Stephen Page in the 19 machine. As we're going to have 33 laps to go, the 21 going to slow down. He is going to hit pit road. So green flag pit stops underway here. Page gonna hit pit road as well. Dustin German gonna lead his first lap of the race here tonight. Quite the accomplishment for the 28 machine. Starting deep in the field and able to lead a lap here. He's going to continue to stay out along with the 98 of Chris Stump. Chad Meadows in the 3 machine right now. He is sitting in third place. Meadows found trouble here early on, but continued to stay out. Has worked through that now, finds himself in third in the middle of a green flag pit stop cycle. So Dustin German, your race leader, has not brought his truck down onto pit road just yet. But the 28 is going to have to stop sooner or later. He cannot make it on fuel from here as we have 29 laps to go. He's going to work his way around the 94 Troy Radford. Radford now going to be the first car 1 lap down. Actually, that will be 2 laps down for Troy Radford. Radford has made a pit stop. And now the 28 going to hit pit road. The 11 of Chris Spencer. If he does not hit pit road, he will cycle around to be our race leader. Scored in second place right now. But the 11 is going to stay out. And Spencer going to lead his first lap of the race. So bonus point to the 11 machine. Your race leader being that black and yellow Pennzoil machine. And the 11 going to get on the binders. He's going to pull it down onto pit road. And that is going to cycle the lead around to the 21 of Calvin Allison, who has a 3-second lead over second place Chris Medford. And Allison going to dispatch the 94 of Troy Radford. And now Radford is 1 lap down. First car 1 lap down. Chad Meadows in 10th place. Last car on the lead lap. And with that cycle of green flag pit stops and the drivers who led some laps there, that is going to give Chris Mefford leading the most laps here tonight at 47. Allison now has been out front for 15 laps. So Calvin Allison, your race leader. Chris Mefford in second place as he works his way around the 7 of Keklak. Third place is the 19 of Stephen Page. So Allison has a 3.5 second lead over Chris Mefford. Mefford in front of Page by 7.5 seconds. This field now really, truly strung out. Fourth place, the 28 of Dustin German, closing in very quickly on the 19, and he is going to make a pass. Dustin German going to move into third place as Page had nothing for Dustin German, almost like Page is down on power. So now Dustin German trying to close the gap to Chris Mefford. He has got to make up 8.8 seconds. We have 23 laps to go here tonight. Fourth place, the 56 of John Wimbish. Page getting passed by the 56 of Wimbish, and I wonder if Page is going to be short on fuel if he has gone into fuel save mode, because he has given up a whole lot of time here in comparison to his fellow competitors. So Page, thinking about the long haul, finding himself now off pace, but maybe trying to stretch that fuel tank. I'm not seeing anything heavily torn up on that 19 machine. He has ran some very slow laps. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 85 of Jeff Stiles. He is sitting in 7th place. Chris Mefford has pulled down onto pit road for a splash of fuel. So Mefford gonna rejoin the race, but he is had to stop for some fuel. I wonder how this is gonna play out for Calvin Allison. Allison rolling up very quick lap times here. Not worried about saving fuel, gonna try and pull as far away as he can. Stiles getting into the wall just in front of our race leader, but he sorts it out and we stay green. Dustin German has moved into 2nd place with the pit stop made by Chris Mefford. So Dustin German now into 2nd place. I think German might be, I do some math here, he might be just about 2 to 3 laps short. Not 100% sure how much fuel he's been using, but could be a stretch for him to make it on to the end of the race. Meanwhile, one driver not slowing down at all. That is the 21 of Calvin Allison. He is still clicking off very fast lap times. He has worked his way around Chris Stump. Stump in a 4th place, finding himself 1 lap down. So 3 cars on the lead lap now. Several drivers trying to slow their pace down to make it to the end of this thing without having to hit pit road. Chris Medford has been on and off of pit road. So too has John Wimbish in the 56 and Jeff Stiles in the 85. Dustin Ping has made a fuel stop as well. So fuel strategy here for Calvin Allison, Dustin German, and Stephen Page on the pit road in the 19 machine. He has decided he can't make it. He's going to pull into his pit stall. But the 21 of Calvin Allison showing no signs of slowing down. And with 14 laps to go, he is going to have to make a pit stop. He is trying to open up as big a lead as possible. Not slowing down at all for it. Stephen Page getting back into the race. He is now 2 laps down, rejoins in 9th place. Splash of fuel for the 19 machine. Jason Keklak in the 7. He is going to hit his pit stall. I do want to point out that Steve Baker in the 55, after sitting on pit road for an extended amount of time, 28 laps down in this event, because he got back out there, he is now running in a 14th spot. Michael Fravert in 15th. So those 2 drivers with that no quit attitude that I like to see have gotten back out on track and have made their way up into 14th and 15th spot. Despite being several laps down, and due to as many cars have dropped out, they have taken full advantage of that and are going to end up several positions better than when they pulled onto pit road to work on those machines. Half hour in total for those 2 trucks to be on pit road, but they did not give up and got back out there, and they have marched their way forward. Unfortunately, they're not going to have enough laps to move any further forward than where they are. 14th and 15th spot is where those 2 drivers will end up tonight. Regardless, though, they got back out there as the 21 of Calvin Allison going to hit pit road from the race lead, hard on the binders, chasing that truck all over the place. So the 21 coming down pit road, going to get a splash of fuel. Dustin German in the 28, taking over the top spot. And now he has 9 laps to go. I do not know if the 28 can make it. That is going to be a stretch for the 28 machine. But Dustin German able to get a lot more out of his fuel tank than several other drivers. He does have a 22-second lead over second place, so he could go into full fuel conservation mode and try and stretch this for the next 8 laps. But the 28 is going to bring it onto pit road, can't stretch it. And he is going to make his pit stop. Calvin Allison in the 21 gonna take over the top spot. Chris Mefford sitting in third place. Once they cycle around to the front stretch, Dustin German getting rolling, but Allison flashes by, so does Chris Mefford. So Calvin Allison assumes the race lead once again. Chris Mefford into second, and the 28 getting up to speed. John Wimbish sitting in fourth place, closing in quickly, but not quick enough. So with 6 laps to go, Calvin Allison gonna try and bring home the season opener here at Charlotte. 6 cars on the lead lap. Started 28 trucks, down to 15 out on track still, and only one race leader, and that is the 21 machine. Allison works his way past the 11 of Chris Spencer. Spencer now 1 lap down. 5 cars remain on the lead lap as we have 4 laps to go. Mefford in the 46, trying desperately to close in on the 21. Mefford is closing the gap, but he is running out of time quickly. Mefford took 2 tires on his stop. Calvin Allison did fuel only. And you can see that 46 in the hunt for the race lead. That gap now down to less than a second, but 3 laps to go. That is Allison just out the windshield of the 46. We go on board with Mefford. Two more laps, white flag the next time around. Can Chris Mefford find a way around the 21 machine? He is there. White flag in the air. Calvin Allison in the 21. Not a good exit off of turn number 4. Final time around here at Charlotte as we get 1 to go, presented by Rick Greenaway. And Mefford making a move to the outside off of turn number 2. Chris Mefford with the run down the straightaway. Calvin Allison gonna get into him, or Chris Mefford came down onto him. That angle hard to tell. But Calvin Allison is going to roll across the start-finish line and win here tonight at Charlotte. And let's go to a quick instant replay here. The 46 of Chris Mefford up off the corner. And it looked like they both just decided to try and occupy the same spot at the same time. Well, that shot didn't do us any good. Take another look. Here's the 46. Had the run down the straightaway. One more time, we'll take another look at this. It looked like the 46 came down, the 21 came up. But Calvin Allison gonna be your race winner. Dustin German bringing it home in second, and John Wimbish finishing in third. So no one go anywhere, guys. We're going to set up our post-race show. We'll be back to talk to our podium finishing drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as I have caught up with our race winner, and that is the 21 machine of Calvin Allison. Calvin, congratulations on winning the season opener. Tell us a little bit about your race here tonight.
Thanks for the introduction. Yeah, it was some kind of race. I don't even know where to begin, honestly.
Well, the 21 led for 40 laps here tonight. Came down to an epic last lap battle, and it looked like you and the 46 had the air or something. The 46 came down, you came up, you guys touched down the backstretch on that final lap, but here you are, the 21 in victory lane.
Yeah, I know Chris took 2 tires on that final stop, and I figured the only shot I had was going no tires. And it got so tight, and then I'm looking at the replay right now, and it looked like he was up next to the wall. I was on the second row of dotted lines, and then he started coming down, and I went up trying to keep it his quarter panel. We just met. I was going to slow down and give him the victory if he had time, but I guess it messed his truck up or something.
Well, a hard fought battle here tonight at Charlotte. A lot of cautions, but the 21 machine looking pretty solid all night long. The 46, another one having a solid night. The season opener here, winning that race, 12 races, no chase format, all the points you can gather and go for it. How does this work out for you to win this first one as far as the big picture in this season?
I think it's just going to have to take being consistent and not getting any early cautions. I mean, if you finish every race, I think you're going to come out pretty good in points.
All right, Calvin. Well, any shout outs or thank yous that you'd like to give here tonight?
Just big thanks to Stephen Page and Chris Stump and other JCR teammates. Some of them got put out early, so they were the only 2 left with me in the race, so I have to thank them.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there tonight. Congratulations on the race win, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Las Vegas.
Thanks.
Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher, and that is the 28 of Dustin German. Dustin, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing, KR?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, Dustin. That 28 machine had a heck of a run here tonight, starting deep in the field. I think you started 28th place, made your way all the way to the front, led for 5 laps here tonight, and bring it home in second place. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy to begin with, as you could tell, but I think it's just nerves. We had a long off season. Everybody's anxious to get back to it, and maybe a little over aggressive there. But I mean, I understand it. It's preseason jitters and getting back to the getting normal with everything, getting normal with everybody. But all in all, a good race for us. Like you said, we started in the back. I couldn't ask for a better race as far as where I finished from where I started, but wish that we could have had a little bit more green flag running. But it is what it is, and like Calvin kind of checked out on us a little bit, and from his interview, I heard him say he took no tires, and we did the same thing there, just trying to make a little bit of position, and then man, it was fun, man.
Well, the 28 picking up pretty darn near right where you left off last season, logging another top 3 finish here in the Racing for a Cause. Man, what does it take to be as competitive as you are here, no matter whether it's the Cup car, the Xfinity, or the truck?
Honestly, man, it's patience, and I know you hear a lot of people preach that all the time, but that's really what it is. You gotta, because I was kind of up in arms of where I wanted to do what I wanted to do before the race started, whether I wanted to, qualify or start in the back, and well, we just made a decision to start in the back and see how the race played out. I kind of figured it'd be a few cautions early, not quite as many as it was, but yeah, it played in our favor and had a little bit of damage on the right rear and might affect us a little bit, but not too much. Cabin was fast, and I'm just glad to come out where we did because it was full of drama for sure.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for tonight's race?
Oh yeah, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you, KR, and Turn 3 Racing Network and RFC for putting this thing on. They got a good group of drivers. It's just restlessness from being cooped up, cabin fever all winter, man. We're kind of breaking out of our shell and getting back to it. I think Vegas will be a lot better race. But everybody that's in there, all the racers, all the people that's watching tonight, my team, SSR, kind of can't really tell where SSR, but we got a lot of teammates here tonight, and a lot of them got taken out early, and that's it, man. Just glad to be back at it.
All right, that is Dustin German finishing second place here tonight. Congratulations, Dustin, on a solid run.
Thanks, man.
Now it's time to move on to our third place finisher, and that is the pilot of the 56 truck. That is none other than John Wimbish. John, how you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing okay. A little happy about where we finished here and how we did, and a little disappointed in myself at the same time.
Well, bringing it home in third can't be the cause of your disappointment, in my opinion. So, what has you down here tonight?
First, I mean, mainly is I got to apologize to the 7 truck, Jason. I got a big run on him coming off of 2, and I didn't know if he was having a problem or what, and so I turned left and got the left sides on the apron and kind of taking a break from our racing for a while. I've been fighting with concussion problems, and I've had 2 major ones here in the last 2 months. So I'm working with doctors, going through rehab, and I think I just misjudged the line there and ended up getting loose, cutting it back. I've heard a lot of things about the tire model and what that's doing and causing that issue, and it just made me turn up and get into him and ruin his race and feel terrible about that. And I went back and looked at the replay, so it's not how I wanted to do things here, but we'll make it up to him, in the future and just try to keep this thing going. But, glad to finish third and get the Esophageal Cancer Awareness Association truck up here. So I run that in honor of my dad, and he also passed away this month. So a couple things to be down about and upset about, but excited to be here with the guys at Racing for a Cause and trying to put on a good show here and just race people as good as I can, and just made a real bad mistake there.
Well, the 56 bringing it home in third place here tonight. Had an excellent qualifying run. John, you led for 4 laps here in this race. Start to the season here at Charlotte. We move on to Las Vegas next week. What do you think your chances are of improving 2 spots and picking up the win at Las Vegas?
Man, it's going to be tough. As Dustin was telling you, it's really a stacked field, man, and I think that's why we may have had a lot of problems here and there. Guys are just fighting real hard for spots and challenging each other, and that's good, and you want that. And hopefully the more we race around each other, the better it'll be. And you kind of figure out what you can and can't do in these things. But just such a really good field of drivers. Calvin, congratulations to him on the win. He's always super fast and Dustin will finish in second. And I know a couple other guys in here, had some good runs. But just a stacked field, man. So it's really anybody's race, anytime we line them up here. So hopefully we can move on, go to Vegas, have a good show in there, and put on a better show than we did tonight for sure.
All right, John. Well, man, congratulations on third place here tonight. Any other shout outs or thank yous you feel you need to give?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the drivers, here. There's a lot of, really professional racing. I don't know why we had some of the earlier issues, but a lot of good guys here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank everybody that is an admin racing for a cause. Thank you for being here and, helping put the show on and get this out there for us. It's always fun to go back and watch, as long as you've had a good night. But just appreciate all that. And again, my apologies to the 7, and just move on and see how we can fare. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, again, thank you for sticking around for the post-race interview, man. And we look forward to seeing you next week at Las Vegas.
10-4, Bob. Thank you.
That is John Wimbish, your third place finisher here tonight at Charlotte for the season opener. Nothing left, guys, but to go through our results here tonight. Your race winner, Calvin Allison, getting it done, leading 40 laps in total. Dustin German, the 28 machine, going to bring it home in second place. Third, going to John Wimbish. Fourth place, the 46 of Chris Mefford, leading the most laps here tonight at 47. Fifth place, Stephen Page. Sixth, Dustin Ping. Chris Spencer finishing 7th. 8th place going to Chad Meadows. 9th, Jeff Stiles. 10th will be Troy Radford. 11th, Chris Stump. 12th, Jason Keklak. 13th, Ray Radford. 14th will be Steve Baker. Michael Fravert finishing 15th. Dylan Blankenship 16th. 17th going to Mark Fravert. Damon Cox in 18th spot. Dale Osmond going to finish 19th. 20th going to Ryan Nolan. 21st, Doug Johnson. 22nd, Bobby Summers. Tommy Haynes finishing in 23rd. A.J. Hamill in 24th. 25th place, the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Doug Wysocki finishing 26th. 27th going to Justin McDuff. Eric Blount finishing in 28th spot here tonight. And rounding out the field will be Josh Spalding in 29th. Rick Greenaway with a did not start as our race admin here tonight. We appreciate Rick being in that role as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. I have been your host for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all next week at Las Vegas.